Hey guys, so this is Luke here on Sean's channel. Sean's still with me though.
Hey boys.
I'm showcasing my Cyberdragon deck. This is one we actually played in a Cyberdragon versus Darkload video if you want to see the deck in action. It's just a profile. The point of this deck is mostly OTK, but can also play control. Cyberdragons are very universal, and here's just the deck anyways. So of course, the main man himself is going to be playing 3 Cyberdragons because he's basically the most essential card, apart from Core. So Core is going to be the one that you want to normal summon the most. Reason for that is when you normal summon Core, you can actually search out any cyber spell or trap, and Core actually has a second effect that if you control no monsters and Core's in the graveyard, you can actually banish them from the graveyard, special summon any Cyberdragon you want. So after that, say Herz. Herz is good. I see some people play around with ratios for Herz, but I think I'm in the majority when people say play it at 3. The reason for this is that Herz has kind of 2 abilities that make him very useful. The first of which is that I frequently use the most is definitely the fact that when he's sent to the graveyard, you can actually search your deck for a Cyberdragon. That's not all. If you special summon Herz from the graveyard, he becomes level 5, which is good for going into Nova, which goes into your Infinity. Now, something else that people play around with, and I think this is kind of unique enough to my deck, is 2 Nachster and 1 Vier. I used to play a lot more with Vier. I used to play him at 3, then 2. I just realized he's less and less essential when you get used to the deck. Nachster's good. He's level 1, so I play Link Rebo in this deck. So if I need to just build up a bit more of a ball, I use Nachster. He's very good because his effect is basically you can special summon him out by discarding another light machine monster, and also when he's special summoned you can target a light machine in your graveyard that has an original attack of 2100 and you can special summon out. Good thing about Nachster is that you can use him, pitch Cyberdragon, and then when Nachster's on the field you can actually bring back Cyberdragon, so he's very good for that. Vier is decent. If he's in your hand, you can special summon him out if you special summon the Cyberdragon, and also he boosts all your Cyberdragons up by 500, which can come in handy, but not really essential for what you want to do most of the time. I mostly use him as link material. Next up, here's something that's everyone uses. Is just 2 Galaxy Soldier. He's very easy to get out your Nova because he's level 5 light machine. But one thing I play, which is kind of unusual, is I use 2 of the Star Destroying Kaiju. Reason for this is because he's a machine and he's not limited to normal summon monsters, which I know the other machine Kaiju is. This guy's very good. He's good for outing Dragoon. That's the main reason I have him at 2, because Dragoon's just annoying as fuck. So it's good to get him off the field. Also, he's a good target for your Chimeratech Overdragon, which I use quite a lot, especially when you're playing against other decks that use machines. Okay, and then that's pretty much it for the monsters. Next up, we're going for the spells. So I try to keep this in order of what's most important. So of course, your main searcher, Cyber Emergency. This is just a very essential card. You can only use it once per turn. Pardon me. You can only activate it once per turn. However, if it's negated, you can pitch another card and get it returned to your hand, which is like good recycling if you get Ash Blossom Dragon like that, but you really need the card. It's very good at recycling. I think it's a good card overall. The Cyberdragons are essential to get into your hand, especially when you're going for the OTK. Next up is 3 Machine Duplication. If you watched the video me and Sean made, you know I'm very fond of this card. It's very good for bringing out Nova, which goes into your Infinity. But at the same time, it can also be used to bring out link materials easily. A lot of your Cyberdragons, besides Cyberdragon himself, are very weak. So Machine Duplication can bring out 2 other Cyberdragons. Because the good thing about Cyberdragons is Core, Nachster, Herz, they all have the name Cyberdragon when they're in the field or in the graveyard. So if you activate Machine Duplication, since Core, Nachster, or Herz is less than 500 attack, but their name is Cyberdragon, so Machine Duplication brings out Cyberdragon. Of course, if you get Effect Veilered, this won't really work because it's in, say we use Core as an example. It's part of Core's effect that his name is Cyberdragon on the field. So if you get effect failure and you use Machine Duplication, don't expect 2 Cyberdragons. Just bring out 2 more cores, which can be used for Link, which is very good anyways. Here's the Cyber cards, which I always use Core's search for. Cyber Revsystem, it just special summons the Cyberdragon from your hand or graveyard. Very essential. You always want to have more Cyberdragons on the field. Cyber Repair Plant actually feels quite underrated in the sense that although it relies on having Cyberdragons in the graveyard, you can actually use 2 effects depending on how many you have. Say if you only have 1, you can activate 1 of these effects, add 1 light machine monster from your deck to your hand, so you're not stuck with Cyberdragons. You can actually get your Kaiju to get rid of a Dragoon. And also another effect it has is target 1 light machine monster in your graveyard, shuffle that target into your deck. It's very good if you have a bunch of Cyberdragons in your grave. You can just activate both those effects and really help you out in certain situations. Cyberload Fusion, thank God this was reprinted because it was too expensive for a long time. This is a great card. Reason for that is you get into your Cyberdragon fusions by using materials that are on the field and in your banished zone. And if you use Overload Fusion, this comes in very handy. Now I'm going into the other fusion spells, which I know a lot of people are going to disagree with, but keep in mind the whole goal of this is to OTK your opponent. So not only are we going to Overload Fusion, I'm also playing 2 Power Bond. Power Bond I feel like is getting kind of sidetracked with Cyberdragons now. Power Bond's a great card, especially if you're using it for your Chimeratech Rampage Dragon, because not only can you use this effect to attack 3 times, but you're attacking 3 times with 4200, so it's very good. Of course, the downside of Power Bond is we can't search it, we're not playing Cyber Pharaohs, but I think it's so good. Overload Fusion is also very important. I mostly focus on fusions, which is kind of like the main way at OTK most of the time. Of course, I'm kind of going into spells now that aren't really Cyberdragon oriented. Okay, this is a combo heavy deck. So unfortunately it's limited to 1, but Call by the Grave is so important. If you get sidetracked, you can still make a comeback clean enough. However, usually if you have your one thing set in mind, Call by the Grave helps you out so much. Now I also play in a lot of decks Raigeki and Harpie's Feather Duster. Some people will replace this with Lightning Storm. I think Raigeki and Harpie's Feather Duster is less restrictive because you need nothing on your field to activate Lightning Storm. So these are just great. Although it doesn't give you the choice, it's still no cost for wiping field, basically. Of course, we're also playing Monster Reborn. I think this is a 1-of that should be played in every deck. Foolish Burial, so if you're going first, you can send Core to the graveyard and special summon any Cyberdragon. Also, if you want Cyberdragon to your hand, you just send Herz and search that Cyberdragon. Of course, we're OTKing, so limited removal, very important. That wraps up the spells. Next up, playing the 1-trap Cybernetic Overflow. This is very good because from your hand, field, and graveyard, you can banish Cyberdragons with different levels and basically destroy that many cards your opponent controls. This is very good because it also sets you up for Cyberload Fusion later on. Also, Core can search it. It's just an overall great card. Let's go into the last 4 cards in the deck. I play 2 Ash Blossoms and 2 Infinite Impermanence. So the reason why I leave these guys for last is because I think this is all down to what your opponent's playing. I find myself in more situations you're best off playing Ash Blossom to stop searches, and Infinite Impermanence just negates. Of course, maybe Dark Ruler No More could replace Infinite Impermanence if you're looking for a budget alternative. Ash Blossom, Droll and Lockbird is a common in the Order of Spellcasters, but you should really think about like side decking cards. If you're going against Mystic Mine, I'd probably replace these with some Cosmic Cyclones. If you're going against Dragon Link, I go with Nibiru. Pretty much this is just the 4 cards that you want to just be replacing. Practice side decking, even if it's something with 4 cards that you can easily interchange. But these are the ones I recommend you can change out. But the rest of the deck I think is like a core. It's a good skeleton that you need to play Cyberdragons. Okay, we're going into the extra deck now. I have 3 links: Cyberdragon Seeger, Predaplant Verta Anaconda, and Link Rebo. Seeger is great because although no player takes damage from attacks involving him, he can actually boost up other Cyber Dragons that you control by 2100. So it's great for just boosting them up and really going for the OTK. Plant Anaconda, he's good for just searching out your Overload Fusion, your Cyberload Fusion, just in most situations at the cost of 2000 life points. Link Rebo is probably very unique to this deck, but I know a lot of people play Almirage, which I think is perfectly fine because people use that on core a lot. But I mostly find myself getting Nachster out, and with Nachster I like to use Link Rebo on him. Builds up a bit of a wall. I mostly use core for link material for Seeger or Anaconda anyways, so this is my reasoning behind Link Rebo. But you can switch it out any way you want. XZs, 2 Infinities, 2 Novas. This is fairly self-explanatory. Nova is great because it just takes 2 level 5 machines. Also, you can detach material, bring out a Cyber Dragon. Also, Nova has a quick effect where you can send the Cyber Dragon controller to the graveyard and boost Nova up by 21. Infinity is probably the best boss monster we have, mostly the fact that he's a negate, and he's kind of recycling negate, and you can use your opponent's monster to attach him as material just to negate again. So a very good monster overall. Alright, the rest are all fusions. I play 2 Chimeratech Rampage Dragon. When he's special summoned, you can destroy spell and trap cards your opponent controls to the number of materials used for his fusion summon. Also, he can send up to 2 Cyber Dragons from your deck to the graveyard, and you can attack that number of times that turn. So 3 times most of the time. Chimeratech Megafleet Dragon. He's good for wiping off your opponent's extra monster zone, whatever he puts there. Overall, he's just good for that. He gets 1200 for each material used for him, so it's very good. The reasoning for a Kaiju, of course, is Chimeratech Fortress Dragon. Use any machine on the field, including Cyber Dragon. Fusion summon him, he gets 1000 per material used. This is new for me. I've been playing. I might take him out, switch him out, but I still find myself using him not too frequently, but he can come in handy. That's Cyber Eternity Dragon. He's good for staying on the board. You have fusion in your graveyard. Overall, he's very good. Quite typical. A lot of people play the one of Chimeratech Overdragon. He gains attack based on the number of materials used for his fusion summon. You can bring him out using Overload Fusion, so he's very good. And also play Cyber Twin Dragon. Great power bond target, especially because all the Cyber Dragons, they're named Cyber Dragon when they're on the field. Power bonds, you basically have a 56 beater that can attack twice. And finally, probably most controversially, Cyber End Dragon. No one really plays this card, but I think it's quite underrated, mostly because people think getting 3 Cyber Dragons is a big cost. But my reasoning behind it is that your Cyber Dragons when on the field are named Cyber Dragon anyways. You can use Power Bond on it, although it gives you a lot of damage. He has Piercing, and also if Nova is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can actually special summon a fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring its cost. So if Nova is destroyed by a card effect, just bring out Cyber End Dragon. He's going to be your biggest beater. Overall, that's my opinion for playing him. Okay, the next combo is the 2-card combo, using only Galaxy Soldier and Cyber Dragon Herz. So what you basically want to do with these is you're going to use Galaxy Soldier's effect, and you're going to send Herz to your graveyard, so you can special summon a Galaxy Soldier in defense mode. Now 2 things happen here. When Galaxy Soldier is special summoned like that, you can add another Galaxy Soldier straight to your hand. Also, since Herz is sent to the graveyard, you can search out a Cyber Dragon added to your hand. After that, a Galaxy Soldier isn't once per turn while doing that, so you can actually pitch your Cyber Dragon and special summon another Galaxy Soldier right there in defense mode. Now you have 2 level 5 light machines. So you're going to overlay them into Nova. So from there you can just use Nova's effect. You can detach the material. Since you have Cyber Dragon in the graveyard as a target, you can actually bring back a Cyber Dragon. Some people don't like doing that because they want extra material when they change their Nova into Infinity, but I like getting that out because it's another Cyber Dragon on the field. You can use it as link material, you can also use another attacker. So overall, it's just a good combo. Well, that's pretty much it for the profile. Those are two combos you can work with. Those are the good skeleton you can use for the main deck. I recommend that you change out the 4 little cards at the end if you want to, depend on your opponent. And yeah, that's it. If you want more, we'll do more in the future. But if you want to see this deck in action, just watch Sean's video of the Dark Lords versus Cyber Dragons.